Everybody's talking about how the best skill to learn right now is AI, and that is true, but I believe that the best skill you can learn right now is to learn how to grow a business through online strategies. So, for example, maybe a website, photos, videos, ads, just anything that can make a business more money and get more customers in their door. If they're a service business, get more leads. And then maybe if they do online stuff, they get more credibility through videos. In my opinion, the best skill you can learn right now, because this involves every single different type of businesses rotate this same way. They have to have credibility, and that can be built through videos, websites, and then they have to get traffic to those videos or websites. And then they have to convert leads or convert clients or convert customers. So let's just get into it. My name is Ro Gallagher. If you don't know me, I own my own business, RG Branding, and I've helped several businesses help grow their business through online strategies like videos, websites, stuff like that, ads. I've worked for a couple different businesses. I've worked for University of Alabama football team. So let's just hop right into it. The 5 skills that you need to grow a business online, and this can work for any business in general, and this can also work for your own business. This skill lined up with other skills, this is not something you have to go to college for. This is something that, hey, if you actually know what you're doing and you can get good at what you're doing, and you can learn through, YouTube, you can learn through your own research. This is a skill that can make businesses more money, and then also it'll help grow their business. And that is just a skill that can help like any business in general. Quote that I've been told is, hey, if you don't cost a business more money and you create more money, then you're not a liability. If you're making the business more money, you're not a liability, and you won't be the first person out the door whenever they make cuts for a business. They will pay you more to do more. This day and age is, if you're not doing any of one of the 5 things that I'm going to be showing you, then you're going to be left behind, and you will eventually just be invisible unless you've been in business for, 50 years and you just have repeat customers. But if you're a newer business, then you're going to have to do these things before you get left behind. Now, the 5 skills is skills that can be worked together in any business. But if you know all 5, that's a game changer. Because all 5, they work together. Each one, you can build a website for somebody, okay? But if you're not running ads to that website, then you won't get as much traffic, and then people won't be looking at your website as much. And then turns into less conversions, anything like that. The first skill, in my opinion, is one of the best things that you can learn in this day and age, and that is video production and photo production. For example, everybody's on their phone. Content is one of the things that is probably the most seen thing in this world right now, because everybody has a phone, everybody's on TikTok, everybody's on Instagram, everybody's on, searching the internet, whatever, X, Y, and Z, or on YouTube, okay? And if you're good at video production and you can tell a story of a business and grow a business through storytelling, gaining trust through video production, or turning video production into a source of income for a business. So for example, you make some video ads for a business, and then you run videos as an ad for the business. In return, that business will make more money from converting those leads. To me, that is one of the most important skills you can have in this day and age, is learning video production and photo production, because everything now is on your phones and on websites, and that is just one of the ways that you can build trust and you can make a business more money through different ventures, like different things like trust. So the second skill is websites and funnels. Don't know how to build a website, you're not behind, but there's gonna be a day where everybody in this world, or everybody should know how to build a website through AI. And it's pretty simple and does not cost a lot of money at all. And for example, on here there's a couple different, stacks you can use. There's Framer, Shopify, Webflow. I currently use just Cloud Code in general to build websites, But if there's let's say there's an e-commerce store that wants to expand their listings to, online, they'll start selling online. So they have a 24/7, a shop, 24/7 shop that somebody can go on and order anything. And it can be anybody in the US, anybody in the world can order from their store, instead of, somebody within 30 minutes will come to their store and order a product. Now, anybody in the world can order their products. They just have to ship it out. Example 2 is, let's say you're a service business and, if you don't have a website, people can't look you up and be like, oh, I don't trust this guy. I want to go with somebody else that has a website that I can see that they actually do this work and that they gain trust of their customers a lot better when they have a website. So, website's super important. If you don't have a website currently, then you are very, very behind and you need a website. And you can either learn how to build a website, or you can trade your money to have somebody build a website. In this day and age, the website prices are going down because of AI, and the speed is going up. 3, another super important skill, and if you noticed any of the big companies in general, let's use, for example, I get texts from Vuori. It's a clothing brand. They are one of the fastest clothing brands that's growing right now. This is how their system works. You go on their website, you get, you put in your phone number for 15% off, and then they have your text, or they have your number to send you text from twice a week, just so you stay top of mind. And every time they drop a new product, they send out a mass text to 200,000 people, 300,000 people, and then let's say 1% of those people convert. That'll be 3,000 people will buy a product just from sending text. Emails, same way. People are growing their email list and doing the same thing through newsletters, things like that, to stay top of mind. Selling online. So that is, we're going back to the e-commerce example of, hey, if you're not selling online, then you're missing out on new customers, you're just missing out on revenue. And if you know how to market to those new customers, then you're going to win the game. For example, everybody uses Amazon. It's not on the list, but everybody uses Amazon. Everybody orders something from Amazon, and then they get it in the next 2 days. People will do that. People will order online than to drive to their local store and get something. Besides groceries, everybody's just going to go to the store and get groceries because they don't want their food to go bad, And online products, online courses, these are just some side examples of things you can do. Because if you have a product that helps somebody, then you're selfish not to sell it and helps another person do it. Skill 5. The 5th skill is paid ads. In this day and age, there's millions and millions and millions of content being posted every day on, TikTok, Instagram, things like that. And it's super hard to go viral, and, you can grow an audience. It's a very slow process unless you hit the lottery, okay? And for a business, if they don't know how to market themselves organically. For example, a business goes on there and they're like, hey, we do this business in this section, and, come check us out. It's not going to do good. But if you run paid ads on, let's say Meta, for example, this is pay to win, okay? You can run ads like that, video ads through Meta, and let's use a service business, for example. Hey, we can come out, fix your AC unit for X amount in this service area. If somebody's scrolling through Facebook and currently their AC unit is out, then they're gonna be like, oh, I need somebody to come fix it. Boom, click on the ad and send in a form, give them a call, whatever. You go out and fix their problem. So Meta ads is, everybody has a problem. You just got to find the right people to market to, and then to solve their problem. That is basically paid ads through Meta. Google's a little bit different. Google is people actively searching for the problem to be solved. And both of them, if you work both of them together, it can be very, very good. These five skills are super, super important. And if you can compound them together and have them work together, then you will be unbeatable. And you will be, top 1% of people. Maybe you want to get hired for a job to do this. Maybe you want to start your own business doing this. And then even if you own a business, you need to know these 5 skills to do for yourself. And then eventually you just outsource that work to somebody else to do it. Overview, 5 skills: learn video production, photo. It could be simple. You could use your camera, you could use your phone, anything like that. Learn how to build websites, funnels, and then emails and SMS. And then learning how to sell things online if you're in that industry. And then you learn paid ads. Okay, that's it. If you want, come out with more of a breakdown for each skill later on, and then try to show more of a demo of teaching you how to do each one of those skills, because that is super important and I want y'all to learn, and because these skills are super valuable in this day and age. So thank you. I will see y'all next time. Have a good day. Peace.